Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the August 12th Lebanon City Council meeting. Our first order of business will be the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, move on to the roll call members. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Sure. Mike Kincaid.
Present.
Keith Campbell.
Here.
Sandra Jasonowski.
Here.
Dick Robertson.
Here.
John is absent this evening and excused. Sierra Messenger.
Present.
Robert Hawkins.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, we don't have minutes this meeting, so we'll get them at our next one. I don't have anything on my agenda for old business. Is there anything from the council?
No, sir.
Okay, new business then. First item up is a food and beverage request from the Boone County Cancer Society. Is Joy Kaler here? Oh, there you are. Sorry, didn't get the whole suite going. Come on up.
Well, this is interesting because my event already happened. I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding, but it really did happen last Saturday. I'm Joy with the Boone County Cancer Society, and I'm here to request funding for my event that happens Saturday. As you know, we help all cancer patients in Boone County with medical bills, prescriptions, gas cards, transportation, support group. So all the money raised Saturday then stays here locally. I don't get funding from the American Cancer Society or Suzuki Komen. So we rely solely on fundraising. So your consideration is greatly appreciated.
How'd the event go, by the way?
It went amazing.
We saw a huge crowd.
It was huge. I felt like it was bigger than ever, but it's hard for me to tell. The weather was beautiful, like nothing. I can't complain. It was the greatest day ever. So
Perfect. Sierra?
So the Food and Beverage Committee met with Joy to talk about funding for the Battle of the Barbecue. She told us a little bit about the Cancer Society organization and what they do and how they're raising money. Last year they raised, was it 109 or 99,000? Is that what? $1,000. So this year they're trying to obviously to top that as much as they can so we can provide assistance to as many people in our community as we can. It was this last weekend from 5 to 7. They had live music and she was requesting the funding to help pay for like the paper goods and things like that they served. So the Food and Beverage Committee gave a positive recommendation of $1,500.
Any questions or comments from council?
I make a motion, we approve $1,500 to go to the Boone County Cancer Society.
We have a motion, assuming from Food and Beverage Fund?
Yes.
Yep. Motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
The second from Sandra. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That is approved.
thank you
Glad
so
you're doing a
much.
great event.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just one comment on that. I want to shout out to the Dairy Queen who donated the dilly bars and the Lebanon Quants Club who sold the dilly bars.
Well, and the weather was so beautiful that I didn't have to use all my ice. So I said, yeah, you can put your dilly bars in my freezer that was full of ice. So I'm part of the reason that the dilly bars were melted.
Well, actually, it saved the dilly bars that were in there. The others in the case, some of those melted. So
Oh, okay.
you saved us.
All right, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Joy.
Joy, just make sure that you send us a letter or email.
Yeah, with the I-9.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next up will be Boone County Historical Society for Lincoln's Lebanon Civil War reenactment. Jane or Shirley? Tag team?
Each one of you has a packet that's similar to the one I gave the Food and Beverage Committee. Your first thing is our poster from last year. We print all these in-house. Next is a schedule from last year showing all the events that happened during that weekend. And last is a potential 2024 poster with your name on it, hoping that you will fund us again this year. And then last is our current newsletter. As many of you may know, the rainstorm in May did major damage to the Cragen house. I spent an hour at the house this morning with the restoration people. We've just had all the demolition done in the house. So we've not been able to have any of the events in our house this year, which is very sad, but it is nice to know that hopefully we can put the house back into the shape it was and continue using the house. Whatever money you give us, and we're like Joy, the first thing we'll do is write a check to Mr. Messenger for the park. Joy and I both use the park. We really appreciate it. Our soldiers love the park. We've taken them out to the 4-H grounds in Longleat, but they love Lebanon Memorial Park, so we will probably stay there. Also, we're able to use the cabin, which fits in with our Civil War theme. We have, I know they said one of the questions was, where do we draw people from? Last year, our soldiers and reenactors came from 54 zip codes, and only 2 of those are for Boone County, Lebanon and Jamestown. So we basically have people come from 52 zip codes around here. So we do bring in people from everywhere. Most of our soldiers, of course, live in their tents and make their own food, but our demonstrators and vendors, of course, use the restaurants and hotels in the area. All of our vendors are from the area, and last year our vendors took in almost $5,000. So that was local people that we helped make money for their organizations. Everything is on our website. Your logo for food and beverage will be on the website. It is still there from last year, showing our sponsors from last year. The committee was given a detailed report of our income and expense. So if you want to see it in total, you can talk to the committee. This is a free event. This is one of the free historical events. There is another historical event in Lebanon, but ours is free to anyone that shows up. Do you have any questions about what we do or why we do it?
Questions for council? Sierra?
So we met with Jane, and she went over Lincoln's Lebanon. It's a really cool event for anybody who hasn't gone. I went when I was in high school. I think it's really cool for younger kids to go and experience what it's like and kind of see how life could be different depending on which area you were born in. They have different reenactors coming. I think they have Lincoln, General Lee, Jefferson Davis, and a priest. Is that right? Coming. So you'll be able to see and speak with all of those individuals who will be representing there. They will also have the 1920s food vault truck, correct?
Food truck, right.
Yep. And so there'll be a food truck there. And last year they're approximating, they had about 1,000 people attend. And it's the last weekend in September, the 28th and 29th. And the Food and Beverage Committee gave a positive recommendation.
Sierra? Any questions from the council? Would entertain a motion?
I recommend we approve this funding for the from the food and beverage account.
$1,500?
Yes,
Okay.
1,500.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That is approved. Thank you, Jane. All right, next up will be food and beverage requests from the back of the 50s. Carmen Oninger?
I'm shorter. Come behind. Good evening. I'm Carmen Ottinger. There we go. Carmen Ottinger, Back to the 50s Festival. I too have given you a pack of some of our promotional materials that we have for the festival. The schedule of entertainment for the Friday evening and Saturday. We've got a coloring contest going on again this year. Our car show is Saturday. We've got a cruise in on Friday evening, which we are combining with a cruise in that's downtown that is scheduled. So we hope to bring some of those cars on out with ours on Friday evening. And I met and talked with the food and beverage evening crew. Sorry. Also in your packet is a sponsorship agreement if you too would like to sponsor or make a donation. Currently, this is our 30th anniversary. And of course, we started downtown, but outgrew the downtown facility and are at the fairgrounds. We have approximately, last year we had 225 classic cars on Saturday. And sort of hard to park those downtown now and then park our people that's coming to the festival and meet the electrical requirements downtown. It's a little hard to do that now. Currently, we have 46 vendors signed up, 32 inside our building, 16 outside, 8 food vendors. We have 39 pre-registered cars right now. We have 13 on staff. And this year, we have volunteers coming from some corporates, our scouts, and other folks that are volunteering. Our events, from entertainment, food, classic car show, the bicycle show, swap meet, fun park, the booth. We have a cornhole contest from the Boone Baggers, and it's open to the public. Merchandise. New this year is the mini micro tractor pull. That's international. And if you've not seen them, they've already held 2 pulls out at the fairgrounds. And if you check our website, you'll see some of their, I can't say cars, they're vehicles that do the mini. They pull on tabletop. It's really noisy, but it's really cool. The Indy Railroaders are back and Silly Safari. And we do have shuttles from the parking lots anywhere you need to go on the grounds. So yes, there's walking involved, but we'll take you on a shuttle. We'll get you where you're going. That's just kind of an overview of what we're going. Our music is all, we've got local and we've brought in from different areas. We're bringing back the Rigby's, which do a Beatles tribute. And then Roy Reynolds, who does our Elvis tribute. And then we've got several, as you'll see on there, Black Box Theater is local and several other things. We've got a little bit of everything for everyone. I think you'll enjoy all of our entertainment. Friday night is our dance, and those fellows are from Upper Indiana, and they put on a fantastic show. I would also like to request at this time for the mayor to hang our 4 banners on the 4 surrounding brackets, if that's okay, and we'll get those to the street department. I'm updating those right now, and then they'll be ready to take.
Perfect.
And I have a letter of request. I'll hand that to you.
Sure.
So that's it in a nutshell. And it's, like I said, it's our 30th anniversary. And we have some yard signs to put out. If Mike, we can put one in your yard, I'd appreciate it. We've got others that folks around town let us do that. And that just gives a little more PR here and there. And if you want one in your yard, I'll be glad to put that there.
Any questions for Carmen from the council?
You can put a sign on in my
Thank you.
yard. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sarah?
So we met for the Back to the 50s Festival. They were requesting funding for one of the tents. That's going to be...
It's the entertainment tent.
Yeah, the entertainment tent, excuse me. Yes.
Yes.
So this is a family-friendly event that caters to a little bit of everyone. You don't have to like cars to go. They have lots of stuff for kids. They have a kids fun zone. They have, like you had said, they have the Silly Safari, and there's a musician, sorry guys, that's going to be coming and playing for kids too. So a little bit of something for everybody. So like I said, you don't have to just like cars, which that is a fun, big part of it. So it is, let's see here. Yep. Friday, the 13th, September 13th, and Saturday, September 14th. You can come out, and it is at the fairgrounds.
Remind you also that we're not the only entertainment activity on there. The Lafayette Kennel Club is there, and the Antique Bottle Show is there. So the fairgrounds is pretty well covered that day. The Kennel Club comes in on Wednesday through Sunday. And like I like to say, there's about 750 dogs and their owners and their campers. That covers the grounds. The Antique Bottle Show is there on Saturday. They help us by buying from our food vendors. They used to do their own catering until their caterer didn't show and went, there's food over there. So they buy from us, and also the Kennel Club works with our food providers. So we all work together. We use golf carts, and the Kennel Club, we bring golf carts in all together. So we have a joint venture with the Kennel Club. So being out there with them, we all work together for the whole weekend. So there's not much empty space available by the time we're all parked, and campers are set up, and the railroaders bring in their campers. They're there on the weekend. And I have campers that bring their custom cars, and they camp for the weekend. So besides their camper, they've got their car and their personal cars. So it's pretty well parked in.
That motion?
Yep, I could make a motion for a positive recommendation of 1,500 from the Food and Beverage Committee.
Motion, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second from Sandra. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, and we appreciate
Those
it.
opposed?
Appreciate your support. Come out. If you don't have anything to do, I'll put you to work.
All right, thank you, Carmen. All right, and last but not least, we have Annette Jones from the Lebanon High School Touchdown Club.
Good evening. I'm with the Lebanon High School Touchdown Club. I want to first say a little bit about why I believe football is important. We have a lot of kids that come out, and this is how they learn teamwork, how they learn to show up for each other. The football program requires that all the kids do community service, so they learn to give back to our community. So I feel like football is kind of important. It keeps the kids busy and doing things that are out of trouble. The Touchdown Club supports the football program by helping fund equipment. As you know, schools have less and less to put to athletics. So if there are different things that the school wants that can't come out of that budget, we help raise funds for that. We also provide team building meals every Thursday. We provide meals to all 82 players. I think there's 5 coaches. There could be 7. And then the 12 cheerleaders, so that there's some team building and additional camaraderie between the players and the coaches. We try to get different members of the community to come in and help serve, so they also continue to build that relationship with the community. We also provide them meals after all of the away games. As you might imagine, food expenses continue to raise and raise. We do collect $100 from each player. This past year, we've had struggles getting, some of the families are unable to pay for some of camp. We had 11 players that couldn't pay this year, which we were able to help get that paid for through the Boosters program. But we are, I think right now we've only collected less than half of that $100 fee. As you can imagine, as they go back to school, there's a lot of expenses. We are trying to figure out all ways possible to reduce that expense on all of the families, so that financial burden is never a reason that a player doesn't come and play football and continue to be active and engaged in our community.
Any questions for Annette?
I got one.
Good. Yep.
What's the difference in the Touchdown Club and Sports Boosters? Do they still have a Sports Boosters
They
group?
have the sports boosters. They support all of the athletes globally. We focus just on football. If there are requests, sometimes we are able to get them funded through there. They do give a stipend each year to each athletic team.
Any other questions? Sarah?
Yeah, so we met with the Touchdown Club, and again, she went over, they basically provide assistance. Not only do they provide the food on the Thursdays for dinner, they also help teams or families and players on the teams that can't afford, like if they couldn't go to team camp or afford all of the prices for team camp, or like I said, the stipend that they give, or the money that they give to eat for the season. They said they did have quite a few players that were unable to afford, and so they've been chipping in, trying, because they don't want to turn anybody away. They do have some fundraising opportunities that they do. They sell corn and discount cards, and then they also have a car wash, a golf outing, and so they were just requesting some additional funds just to try to help supplement for the food and some of the players who are not able to afford to play for their equipment and stuff. So,
Is there a motion from council? Motion?
I make a motion that we approve the funds for the Touchdown Club.
Motion approved. Is there a second?
Second.
do you want to say how much?
Yeah.
But yeah, we spoke to this, because this got brought up earlier about if you start funding one sports team, then you got to start funding all the sports teams. However, we feel that it's important, like she said, that we keep these kids involved, keep them going. So we did not approve the entire 1,500. We thought if we could fund 3 teams, $500 a piece, then that would help us out, because we are also limited on funds on how much we could give out. So we have come out and said we would like to give you guys $500 to help you with the Touchdown Club.
A $500 motion and a second.
Second.
Is that from Sarah? Okay. Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, that is approved. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you very much for your support. I appreciate it.
Okay, that concludes what I have for new business. Is there anything from council?
No, sir.
Okay. Any announcements or discussion? Okay. Move on to claims. Entertain a motion concerning the claims.
Make a motion to pay.
Motion to pay the claims. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second from Rob. Just barely. Sorry. Motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. We'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion
I'll
adjourned.
second.
And a second from Sandra. There you go. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, our next city council meeting will be August 26th at 7:15 PM. We are adjourned.